Thanks for tuning in to the Justin Henry Show. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, join in on the conversation, and follow on all social media platforms. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Justin Henry here, live on a Friday afternoon here on the West Coast, out here in California. Your boy's doing a mock draft today. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with the show. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel. If you're on the TikTok page, which a few of you guys are, head over to the YouTube channel. Subscribe on there as well. We're going to be doing a mock draft today, and today's auction mock draft. So if you've never done an auction draft before, it's different than any other type of auction draft, right? There's a lot of player values. Everybody talks about like rankings. Sometimes you're like, bro, I don't believe these rankings, right? Or like, I got a player rated higher than somebody else. This is a great chance to find value in auction drafts. So auction drafts a little bit of a manipulation of a budget, right? You get a budget to draft with. And once that money's all gone, your team has to be filled. So it's not like you can go get studs at every single position. The way that you do an auction mock draft is you have to kind of balance it out. If you go top heavy, that means you got to find value in the later rounds or with less money. And if you have a more balanced approach, you're not going to get a lot of the top end guys that go for a lot of money unless you find value. So auction drafts are a great way to find for like the hunters, like me. I'm a hunter in this space, right? I know the values and I know how to find value. Auction drafts, I kill it in auction drafts because I know how to find the value when I see things dip in, right? Or when I know that a player is going for too low. This is an opportunity for me to find a win. So if you've never done an auction draft before and you want to be in the auction draft, head over to the YouTube page, check the pin post. The pin post has a link to the draft. We have how many spots open right now? 6 spots open right now. 6 spots open. We got to get this thing filled. Otherwise, I'm going to start it with some bots. And I don't want bots in this one. I want this thing to be filled up. So if you can join a draft, if you can join it, join a draft right now. Even if you've never done an auction draft, it's a great way to practice and see, like, it kind of lets you test the market too, right? Like there's some players that we're talking about Trevor Lawrence earlier on the TikTok live. How much is he going for? How much do people really love Trevor Lawrence? And then there's a player like me, OBJ. Like I'm willing to draft him later, but is anybody else feeling the same way? So it's always good to see how to like where player values are. Let's see. How? So you can join the draft. Head over to the YouTube page. Justin Henry Show is what it's called. Justin Henry Show. I'm live right now. It'll probably pop up. What you'll do is you'll see there's a link in the messages in the live chat. It's the pinned post. So you'll be able to join it. It's on Sleeper. I wish I could post it on here. I don't know how to do that. Justin, I'm next to you in the draft so I can steal all of your players. If this was only a real auction draft, I'd be taking everyone home. There you go, Cade. Raymond, I see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to say is good, bro. Hey, I appreciate the love. Do you think Ridley is going to drop Kurt's value? Christian Kirk's value? Nah. I think Christian Kirk is just his value is already lowered just because Ridley's on the team. So you can get Christian Kirk right now as like your wide receiver 5. I think that's solid value for a guy that's shown that he's one of the top targets for Trevor Lawrence. So I think Ridley's going to come in and play well, but I honestly don't think that's going to like take a whole lot away from Christian Kirk's value. He's not a 1,300-yard guy anymore. Favorite spot to draft. I like drafting from. I prefer the middle, so that way I can like have a chance to see what's going on in the draft. A lot of people don't like drafting from the middle of the draft, but for me, I prefer to get a feel and like if there's a run on something, I can start the run or I can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get stuck at the corners, you get tied to like, oh shit, I have to start to reach on players because it's back-to-back picks. I think you can kind of be in the middle of the market if you're in the middle of the draft. OBJ and Derrick Henry holding value this season. Any worth first-round draft? What does that mean? OBJ and Derrick Henry holding value this season. Any worth first-round draft? Derrick Henry is a first-round pick. You can draft Derrick Henry in the first round. OBJ, not so much. OBJ is going to be really late. I think he has value, but like as your fourth receiver. All right, bet. So if you guys got fantasy questions, auction questions, we're going to get the draft started here in about 5 minutes, whether there's bots in here or not. We got 5 spots left in the draft. And if you want to join in the, you're mad annoying. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I don't know how I'm annoying. What do I do that says I'm annoying? All I do is provide information. Call me annoying. I even said shit to you, bro. Austin M2. You can leave straight up. We can do this shit with 11 viewers. Run it. But what we can do is we go through the draft. I'll go through the picks, talk about the values as they're getting going. All right. How do you join? I just got here. So head over to the YouTube page. There's a pinned post. The link is in there. It's Sleeper. It's a Sleeper link. Please don't take all of it. Don't ruin the drafts, Cade. You can't ruin the drafts, bro. I know you like to troll, but don't ruin the drafts. Austin's annoying. I like that. Tony Pollard or Breece Hall? I got Breece all day. I think he's a bigger factor in the red zone. He had 5 touchdowns in 7 games last year. And even if he's a little slow to get to the lineup this year or a little slow to get to his normal workload, I like Breece Hall a little bit more with Aaron Rodgers. He uses his running backs in the red zone a lot. Does this app give you the estimated values for this thing? No, I don't know. I guess we got to see as we're going in there. I haven't done one on. Normally, I do it on Yahoo, and on Yahoo they give you like estimated values, which is cool. I'm assuming Sleeper does some sort of fashion of that as well. Sorry, where's your YouTube on your YouTube page? So if you go to the YouTube page, Justin Henry Show, it'll probably pop up as the live video. Check the comment section on the live chat. It's the pinned post. There's like 4 spots left. Taco Frog, what's good? He said, what up, Justin? It's been ages. How you been, dog? You know, I've been good, bro. Been real good. Tapped in, doing a lot of NBA stuff. Was working with a couple companies. Now back to the daily show. So I'll be back daily starting on Wednesday. I started. So back daily, doing daily content here. We're going to get this thing popping, man. We're going to win some championships again. So get ready, my man. Justin's not annoying. He's misunderstood. Call it what you want. There's a lot of people that don't like me. There's a lot of people that love me. There's a lot of people that don't like me, though, so it's all good. Why is there a super flex? You know what it is. Is Bijan Robinson overrated? Yes. I have Bijan Robinson outside of my top 5, probably more like the 5 to 7 range, just depending on where I'm drafting, but he's going first round. I think that's way too high. He's more of like an early second-round pick to me, in my opinion. How many mock drafts do you do before the season begins? Too many. Too many. On here on the channel, I'll probably do about 15 to 20, somewhere in that range. And I'll watch it. Maybe I'll hop in the next one. That's all good. We about to get it rocking right now. We're going to start the draft. We only got 3 spots left. I was trying to give anybody else that wanted to get in a chance. Let's start this thing at 3:15 my time, so 6:15 Eastern. We're going to start the draft in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Do you think Hall will be effective off the ACL? Yes. He's not going to be like top 5 potential Breece Hall, but he's a strong RB2, back in RB1. He's still going to be productive. Thoughts on the Falcons? I think they have to have Desmond Ridder be the guy in order to have all the rest of their guys prevail. And I have a Falcons preview coming out. I actually did it with NBC Sports, Lawrence Jackson. We did the show. We recorded it on Wednesday, so it'll be coming out Saturday. We did an Atlanta Falcons team preview and then a start bench cut episode. So head over to the YouTube sub and you'll see it. But yeah, I mean, I like the Falcons. I don't like in real football. I think they're like 2-3 years away though. Justin, we better do some paid leagues because I got my underdog set up. Underdog drafts, best ball's coming too. Just all this shit's coming, bro. It's June, man, but all this shit's coming. So the Eagles you're downloading the app. All right, I'm about to start it, so hopefully you get in. I'm about to start it here in another minute. So I'll give you 2 minutes. If you're downloading the app, I'll give you 2 minutes to get your profile set up. 3:16 is going up. Do the Eagles have another Super Bowl run? Let me pull up the page while I am here. Share my screen. There we go. So let's get into some of the draft. We're doing an auction draft. Harris or Cook in Buffalo. I think they'll play a 1A, 1B. I'd rather have Cook. Than Harris. Cody, what's up, bro? What's happening, dog? We got to get on a live together sometime soon, man. And yes, I'll tap in with you at the expo. Planning on being there. There's probably like 75% chance I'm there. Hopefully I'll see you there. I'll tap in with you for sure. I'm in, but I've never done an auction draft. Perfect. All right, let's get this thing rocking. It's good that you've never done an auction draft. That's my goal, is to get you guys to do more auction drafts. Auction drafts to me are probably the best way to play to play fantasy. Like legit the best way, so you can get the value on players. It's not, what draft spot did you get? Like a lot of times you can get lucky and like, I really want Jettas, so I get the first pick. If you get the 12th pick, you're missing out on a lot of studs. Auction drafts give you a chance to build your lineup the way you want to build it. So we're going to get the draft started. I made the times very short. All right. You got 10 seconds to make your to pick the player that you want to put up for auction. You have 10 seconds to bid on a player. So once somebody's bid, the clock restarts. After 10 seconds, the player with the highest bid gets the player. All right. So you have 10 seconds to think about it. There's a countdown. But after that time, the player is on that team. All right. Are you going live on YouTube? I should already be live on YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. All right, so I'm going to nominate Jefferson. Normally what I like to do, Normally what I like to do in this scenario is I like to nominate guys. You have a nice offer. I like to nominate guys that people don't want. Right? And so you see his projected value is $61. We're going to see where he goes. I see you. Appreciate you. So right now, Justin Jefferson is all the way at $51 right now. 52. He was projected to go 61 out of a $200 budget. You guys are tapped in with me here on Cody. What's good, dog? What's good? If y'all tapped in with me here on the TikTok page, I'm also on YouTube right now doing the mock draft. It's all the way up. You can see the mock draft on the YouTube page. All right. So Justin Jefferson went for $66. $66 for Justin Jefferson. Not bad. Not bad at all. Cooper Kupp is up next. So Jettas went for 66. I'm curious to see what Kupp goes for. The bidding is going back and forth between the bots. If y'all got fantasy questions, I'll answer them here too. All the way up to $56. 57. So Cade is trying to do the stacked wide receiver strategy. You guys gonna let him get Jettas? He about to get Jettas and Kupp. You doing an auction? Yeah, we're doing an auction right now live on the YouTube page. I wish you would have came a little earlier, but that's my style. I love doing the auction draft. So Cade has got Jettas and he's got Cooper Kupp and he's got $70 left out of a $200 budget. That's it. The YouTube is Justin Henry. So if you haven't tapped in, I have the screen live with the draft. I like the strategy of getting 2 elite players. I just don't like the strategy of not having money. You think Breece Hall could win comeback player of the year if he has a good year? Potentially. I think that's OBJ's award to lose, though. I'm not going to lie. Christian McCaffrey on the top just went for $70. $70. My Lord. Oh, 69, excuse me. So 69 for Christian McCaffrey. Jettas went for 66, and Cooper Kupp went for 57, which looks like a steal right now. Looks like a steal. Yeah, Breece Hall, I think Breece Hall is going to have a very good year. It's just going to take him to the second half to look more like himself. We can see him a little slower to start the season, but with Aaron Rodgers leading the helm, he likes to use his running backs, man. So I think he'll have a pretty good season. Austin Eckler up to $65 right now. I prefer snake drafts. There's nothing wrong with snake drafts. Most of the leagues I'm in are snake drafts. But I think where you can find a little bit more with the auction drafts is just like your expertise level comes into play a little bit more. Like you can get the guys you want if you think they have value. Like I think snake drafts give you a more balanced team, a more balanced league, I will say. But auction drafts, there tends to be like 2 or 3 teams that are just like elite above the rest. Austin Eckler went for 64. McCaffrey went for 69. Bijan went for $50. That's really good value. Really good value, I'd say, for a running back one. Will there be an RBC in Seattle, or is the job Walker's to lose? Yeah, it's Walker's job to lose. I can still see him being 1,000-yard back, even with Zach Charbonnet there and the other rookie they got. But you can tell they're going to go more passing attack. That's why they drafted JSN. I still think Kenneth Walker has big play potential and the talent is there. So I don't see how you could pass on him as like the guy there in Seattle. It'll be a committee of some sort, but Kenneth Walker can do damage on 15, 18 touches. Y'all know that. Josh Jacobs has not gone yet. It's been Eckler, Bijan, and McCaffrey so far. Right now, Jamar Chase is about to go for 60 or 59, excuse me. So Jamar Chase went for 59. Jefferson for 66, Chase for 59. I bet you Jacobs will probably go for like, if I assume Jacobs will probably go for like 45. Just kind of seeing how the market's going right now. I would say, yeah, probably like $45 for Jacobs would be my guesstimate. We'll see if I'm right. All right, Travis Kelce is up. He's at $55 right now. I'm gonna place 56. Another strategy to use in auction drafts is to bump up values of players, right? So like sometimes you notice the player is going for the low, and you notice or you're back and forth with somebody in a debate. Sometimes that extra dollar matters. You could get them to spend a little bit more. Like I probably would have spent on Travis Kelce. If somebody would have bid at the last second, I might have spent an extra dollar. I forgot about these YouTube comments. My bad. Ayo, Justin, what do you mean by it's June, bro? It's June. Only the real degens are banging out mock drafts in June. Yes, we are. We are. The God of Gods, Johnny Talk Sports. What's good, dog? You do these auction drafts often. I like seeing different strategies someone takes. I do. So I'll be doing them a lot more this offseason. I had it in the past. And let me get this thing off of here, this brand, so you guys can see me in action. I will be doing more auction mock drafts. I'll be doing more drafts in general over the next 2-3 months. So if you're here, you're brand new, follow the page, bro. We'll be on it. This was a $200 budget, by the way. Appreciate y'all running up the likes on this. Let's see. Up right now is Jonathan Taylor. In a rookie startup, I got Mims in the 3rd round. I think that's good value from Marvin Mims. What do you think of keeper leagues? I love keeper leagues. Keeper leagues are good because it gives you a chance to get value that you found late. Like when Christian McCaffrey was a rookie, I got him in the 15th round, had him for the next 3 years. So I love keeper leagues. Let's see. You think there's any comparisons to Breece Hall and Adrian Peterson coming back from ACL surgery? Not saying Hall is running for 2,000, but it seems like he's a different type of athlete. He's a different type of athlete, but I'm not comparing anybody to that Adrian Peterson season. That was Wolverine, one of a kind, different type of willpower. It could happen. I'm not betting on it, though. I'm not betting on it. What's better, keeper leagues or dynasty? They're two different. Keeper's a redraft team. Dynasty is like, you got to be committed to that team. So they're just completely different. You're playing long game with dynasty. I prefer redraft. Like, give me a new season every year. Saquon. I'm a big Saquon guy, but that tag is starting to get up there. 54? Nah, I don't want it for 54. I don't want it for 54. I got to nominate somebody who we knew in. How do I lift this up? Let's go with CeeDee Lamb on the clock, baby. And guys, a strategy too, if you've never played auction, is that you don't have to nominate like the top player on the board. Sometimes it's good to nominate players that have like a lot of hype around them too. So I'm trying to think of like a guy like Deontay Johnson. A lot of people are saying he's going too low. Make somebody pay for Deontay Johnson if they really want him. If you want JSN, the rookies a lot of times like Jahmyr Gibbs, throw them up in the draft a little bit early and get people to spend more money while the money is there, right? Like later in the draft, it's going to become a value. But if you can get them earlier, like up on the board earlier, everybody likes hitting that plus button. They like hitting the more money button. So challenge yourself to get players that necessarily, speaking of Jahmyr Gibbs, there he is. But challenge yourself to get players that are like deeper down the board because they might go for higher than you think, and get other players to spend money so you can stack up. Barkley breaks out this year. He broke it. He's already broken out. We know what Saquon is. Unless you think he's going for 2,000, I don't see that. Just jumped in off the TikTok stream. What's good, Dan? Appreciate you showing love, dog, as always. If you guys are on the TikTok and you don't know about the YouTube page, it's called Justin Henry Show. I'm doing a live auction draft right now, talking strategy on there too. So I'll be doing more drafts. If you miss this one, we go live. We'll do live auction, standard, different types of drafts. So make sure you sub to the page. I think, let's see, Jahmyr Gibbs. I think auction drafts excite people more than redrafts. Yes, auction drafts more than standard, 100%. Jahmyr Gibbs goes for $36. I think that'll be a slight overpay when we look back at things. Derrick Henry on the board right now. Derrick Henry might get some J-Hen dollars. I ain't going to lie. Where does Dalvin Cook sign? If I'm going to predict, I think he goes to Miami. There's just a reason that he hasn't gone to Miami yet, and I can't figure it out. Only other team I really like him to go to, I think that, everybody loves Ramondre Stevenson, but I could see a role there with the Patriots. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Derrick Henry at 40. Sorry, I'm going to get to these comments in just a second, but I kind of like this value right now. I'm not going to lie. Cade, bro, you ain't got no money, dog. You ain't got no money, dog. All right, you can have him. See, now Cade, you out the draft with 3 players, bro. Now you out the draft with 3 players. You got Derrick Henry, you got Jettas, and you got Cup, but now you're stuck with no budget. See? It's mind games. This is chess, not checkers. And all we do is we go for these championships. I'm trying to find value, Cade. You like any Lions running backs this season for the starting lineup? Yes, Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a dog. Like, I think everybody's expecting Jahmyr Gibbs to be like Alvin Kamara, like light. He might be Alvin Kamara strong. I talked about that today. There's potential for him to have a big role. Like, you think what DeAndre Swift did in that offense, and I think Gibbs is a better running back than DeAndre Swift. So I see a lot of value with Jahmyr Gibbs, but Dave Montgomery will be a factor. Why does it still say CeeDee Lamb down here? Jalen Hurts, the first quarterback up. The first quarterback up. Steelers take the AFC North. That's a tough task, man. With Pittsburgh, with Cleveland, with Cincinnati, with Baltimore. Like, there's some dog. That AFC North is going to be tough, bro. Tough. I think the Steelers are probably third in that division. Somehow, some way, I think they get third. Jalen Hurts for 28. Not bad in Superflex, right? This is the Superflex. Speaking of AK, how does he do in fantasy this year? It depends on the situation, dog. If he gets 4 to 6 games, like, that changes his value to me. I still think he'll be RB2-ish and have some RB1 weeks, but I'm more on the RB2 train with Alvin Kamara, even when he's playing. Pittsburgh has the best defense. Bro, you an MJ poster, not a LeBron? You see, I'm a LeBron guy. LeBron the GOAT, but you didn't know back here in the background right there, underneath LeBron, that's MJ right there. That's an MJ cover. And then guess who's right behind him? Cole. I show respect to the GOATs. Get out of here, Justin, bro. That's my dog. Don't be touching my glorious King Henry. I still find Alvin a league winner this year. Alvin Kamara is not a league winner this year. Not a league winner. I would not call him that. You're going to get him. You're going to have to pay 6-round value for him. That's appropriate if he misses games. Alvin Kamara is not a league winner. Amon-Ra St. Brown, $29 right now. That's low, bro. Amon-Ra St. Brown just went for 28. That's a steal. I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised he went for that low. People hyping up the Eagles way too much, in my opinion. I mean, that's what happens when you go to the Super Bowl. Looks like to me, yeah, you're right. Amon-Ra St. Brown actually might be a little bit of a value this year. That could just be this draft, though. Like, every draft is different. Devontae Adams. On the clock. Basketball question, who do you want the Lakers to bring in? I kind of like a Levine, a Zach Levine, or a DeRozan. Like, I need another scorer, somebody that can take the pressure off Braun in the fourth quarter, because that's the problem. We don't have a true scorer. AD is a great player, but he's not a true scorer. He's an all-around player, and he's getting older and he's less dependent. Like, I need somebody that can close during the games, because LeBron, especially at this stage of his career, is not a closer the way we're accustomed to seeing him. Is Alvin Kamara playing this season? Yes, he'll play. I'm assuming a 4 to 6 game suspension. If it's a steal, why didn't you take him? So you can't draft everybody, right? And you have to get players that you like. St. Brown is a steal at that number. I'm just not a big St. Brown guy. And I want to spend my money in other places. I think it's a great value for Killicam, but it's just not a player that I wanted to take. So you can't take everybody in auction drafts, and I think that's a mental you have to get through your head. Not you personally, but just in general. I'm a Bulls fan. You can have Levine. How do you think the Vikings defense and offense will do this year? I'm not big on the Vikings. I think that they can be like, you got to beat the division winners, but at the same time, like, they lost a lot of guys. So a lot of holes offensively and defensively for the Vikings. All right, let me get who am I picking right now? I'm putting up Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle is up. Thoughts on Khalil Herbert drafting him? I think there's some value with Khalil Herbert. He's probably going to be in a committee, right? Foreman there and Rashawn Johnson. So I think there's value with Khalil Herbert. It's just, he doesn't block very well, do some of the intangible things. It's going to be tough for him to command like the 200 touches that you want to see out of a player. That would be my only concern with him. But there's a lot of upside there, I'd say, where you're getting him in like as your RB3. I think there's a lot of value. AD less dependent than his whole career, yeah. Less than dependent, yeah, I'd say that. No, he's had elite times. It's just in the playoffs, injury-wise, you can't always trust him to be there. But when he plays, he's elite. LeBron has never been a closer. Cap. A-Rich, did he just get $9 A-Rich? $8 A-Rich? I'm slacking. I was not paying attention. That's what you call a steal. $8 Killer Cam, bro. You're cleaning up right now. I'm not gonna lie. $8? That's a steal. That is a steal, bro. Is there a chance Waddle has a better year than Tyreek Hill? I don't think so. I think Hill's the dog there, at least till he retires. Maybe next year Waddle takes it. I don't think it's this year. So we're doing an auction draft. Some of the values: Mahomes went for 38. This is a super flex. Mahomes went for 38. Hertz went for 28. A-Rich went for $8. Like, you can see people value players at way different values. Josh Allen is on the board right now. I'm assuming he'll go somewhere around that Hertz range. And if you guys want to check out the results of this draft, I'm live right now on YouTube. Just type in Justin Henry Show. You guys can check it out. I have the board on the screen. Let's see. You like any top defenses? No, I don't. I'm not a big defense guy. I'll get the best defense as they go. I'll probably stream defenses week to week. Justin, good to see the fantasy football content back. What's good, Joseph? Starting up a dynasty league this year. Any suggestions? Play to win now. Get your money. Play to win now. Get some young players on the back end, but don't pass on players in their prime. I think everybody in dynasty leagues likes to go with the youth movement to start. Nah, get a championship. Get your league dues. Win your league, which is the goal of playing any fantasy football league, and then build along the way now that you have a couple years down your belt. So I would say get guys in their prime, not like past prime guys, unless you can get them later on in the draft, but start to build with players who are like in their prime, 27, 28, 29 years old. Why didn't you bid on Mahomes? That would have been a big stack to have along with Tay. I ain't going to hold you, Johnny. It's because I'm doing the live stream, doing both. I'm like kind of tapped in, but the clock is going hella fast. So I'm trying to keep everybody entertained, talking about the picks and answer questions, but then at the same time, paying attention to the draft. So it is a lot. Let me get back to this draft, by the way. Josh Jacobs, I said he'd go for 45. Ain't no way he's going for 45. Maybe, actually. Maybe. What are the receivers you would take over Devontae Adams? For sure, Jettas and Cup. That's it. Maybe Jamar Chase. No, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's the other guy. I'd rather have Adams and Chase. Who just went? I can't figure out who just went. Oh, Josh Jacobs, 41. I called 45. It's about right. Just here to say Duncan better than Kobe? Hell no. Hell no. Nick Chubb. All right, Nick Chubb, baby. Whoa. I was going to come in on Nick Chubb. Now I'm not. Another thing I like to do, you guys are going to see my screen, I like to check out what's available on the board, because sometimes I put players in tiers, right? So when I look at the running back position, I know Tony Pollard's out there, Breece Hall. I'm starting to think, all right, where are some names where I can find value? So I see a few names already that I like. I'm going to wait on my running backs to see if I can find value as the money starts to run a little bit lower. Baker Mayfield is looking terrible for the Bucks. Yeah, it wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Trask gets a start, or at least a chance to start. Is Eckler worth a trade in Dynasty? How much would you give? I think if you're a win now team, go ahead and get him. But I wouldn't spend too much on him. Maybe a first round pick in a future year. Maybe. Like, I feel like if you don't want to overpay for a guy like Eckler, because this could be the year that he starts his downfall, which is most running backs are around 27 years old. That's when they start to fall off a little bit. So I would say just be careful when it comes to Eckler. I wouldn't mind if you're a contending team, though, giving up a first round pick for him in a future draft if you're a contending team. Breece Hall on the clock right now. I put a little bid in for him. For Dynasty, would you trade Fields or Josh Allen? I think you can command the most value for Fields. I would go with Fields because I think Josh Allen has a locked-in role. He's been a top 2 QB, for the longest time, and I like Fields, but it's a lot of upside there. You're playing the upside, and I think you can get a very similar price to what we already know Josh Allen is. So if Fields doesn't pan out or something does happen, I think you could command the same for Josh Allen or maybe even a little bit more depending on your league. So I would trade Fields and keep Josh Allen. T. Higgins. Ooh. Yeah, that's good value. T. Higgins right now at 20. I like T. Higgins at 20. Only got $67 left. Thank you for saving me, whoever that was. That's the thing. When the budgets start running low, there's going to be people who clean up. My guy Jay Clark is in the middle, and I think he's about to clean up here very, very soon. Tony Pollard on deck. Tony Pollard on deck. Would the Bucks dare trade for one of the Niners QBs? That's actually interesting. That's an interesting thought. I don't know what kind of capital they got because I know they went all out for the championships or the Super Bowl a couple years ago, but they're in a rebuild. Like if they had a second round pick next year to give up for Trey Lance, I don't know if the Niners say no to that. I think it's really good. Hey, that's a really good question. I'd love to see that actually. Jerry Jeudy should be nominated soon. I like Jerry Jeudy a lot. I like Jerry Jeudy a lot this year. A lot of people are fading him. I like him. All right, for Dynasty, I already answered that one. What do you think about Garrett Wilson this year? Garrett Wilson to me is a guy. I like him for the touchdowns. I don't think he's a top 5. Like he has upside to be a top 5 guy. Whereas like you draft CeeDee Lamb around the same range, he has that upside. I think he's more of a solid top 10 high floor guy with Rodgers. That's where I got him at. What did Tony Pollard just go for? Who was it? Pollard? What did Pollard just go for? Pollard just went for $34. Not bad. Is this auction draft going in the order of best players first, or is it just random names? It's all random names. So the way that you would, so Craig, if you were looking at this auction draft, you're like, how can I determine values or like how this draft order would go? Go by the dollar amounts. So like the person that spent the most was on Christian McCaffrey. He's like the number 1 pick in our draft. The next highest was Justin Jefferson. He would be the number 2 pick in our draft. That's how this works. What time is it? All right. Who's going on the clock next? Will Fournette make a team? I think Fournette will be on the roster by the time season starts. Dwayne McBride. I like Dwayne McBride. You think Tua and Tyreek stack this year will be good? I think it's an underrated stack because you're getting Tua for the low. So I like the Tua and Tyreek stack. Rank these receivers: Higgins, Smith, Olave, Amari, DK. Let me go Higgins, Amari, DK, Olave, or excuse me, Amari, Higgins. Oh, I was supposed to bid on him. Higgins, Amari, Devontae Smith, Olave, DK, then Olave. Higgins, Amari, Devontae Smith, DK, then Olave. That's the order. I got twisted around there. I'm trying to over here bid on my quarterback. You made me miss my quarterback. I was going to get Herbert. I blame you, Isaac. I blame you. Who is better for full PPR, Rachaad White or Cam Akers? I think there's more lasting value with Rachaad White. But I think Cam Akers, like if you're looking for this year, Cam Akers they're going to be similar range. Rachaad White's going to catch more passes. He's probably going to be easier replaced as time goes on. Cam Akers, if he's not catching passes, though, is probably going to be a little bit more limited. So I also think the Rams are going to go through a rebuild here too. So I would prefer Rachaad White. What do you think about drafting Walker in the 5th, Charbonnet in the 9th? I think you're going too early with Charbonnet. I'm not a big handcuff guy, especially that early. If you're going to get a handcuff, get him in the later, like much later rounds. That's too early for a handcuff. That's way too early for a handcuff. I'm weak at running back, strong at receiver. Just traded DJ Moore for Swift and Gainwell. Thoughts? You traded for upside. I think you could have got more for DJ Moore. If that's dynasty or redraft, I think you could have got more. The man, Better Sports Network. What's good, dog? Y'all follow Better Sports Network. You'll see me on there sometimes contributing on shows. But yes, follow Better Sports Network. You like Dalton Schultz this year? No, I don't. Not with Houston. I don't. What round are you drafting Ridley? Probably as like a back-end wide receiver 3. I'm not as high on Ridley as everybody else. Is Ridley a top 15 receiver? That answers your question there. Jacobs or Eckler? I'm going Eckler all day. My guy, Justin Henry, to go. Yes, sir, Fryles. Tapping in, dog. Appreciate you tapping in. T-Law for 19. So the quarterbacks went Mahomes for 38, Allen for 34, Hurts 28, Burrow 24, Herbert and Trevor Lawrence at 19. Interesting. Debo's on the clock right now. You like Waller this year? No, I do not like Waller this year. A lot of people like Waller, but I think you're going to pay a premium on Waller. I'm not a big Waller fan. I don't like the offense passing-wise. I feel like Anthony Richardson needs a little more help before he starts. Yeah and no. Like, Anthony Richardson's going to be a good quarterback this year, and he has a high rushing floor. So I'm not scared of Anthony Richardson in fantasy this year. Fields or Herbert? I go Fields then Herbert. Very close, though. I like Fields slightly more than Herbert. All right. Ridley will be rusty for at least 8 weeks. I don't think receivers different though. You just got to be open. So I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I don't think him being away from football is going to be too much. It wasn't due to injury, so it was a mental thing for him. And then the betting, I don't think that's going to be the thing. I think the bigger issue with who just went? Kenneth Walker. I think the bigger issue with Calvin Ridley is that Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Zay Jones, Travis Etienne, like the offense as a whole it's not really going to support 1,300-yard Calvin Ridley. And I think Trevor Lawrence, like if you look on DraftKings or Underdog, pretty sure Trevor Lawrence is only slated to throw for like 4,000 yards. You like Sam Laporta this year? I think he's a sleeper at tight end this year. Herbert for 19 is crazy. Yeah. I think especially in Superflex, this draft ain't going according to normal rankings and dollars, but it's good practice though. Taking a late flyer on Kamara, yes. Late flyer on Kamara is good. I'm not reaching for him. Dalvin Cook's on the clock right now. I can't wait till he gets a team so we can actually talk about him in the right light. Justin Jefferson needs 300-something yards to beat a Bears wide receiver. Now they got DJ Moore now, so now they straight. But last year, yeah. Jordan LeBron. LeBron's the GOAT. LeBron is the GOAT. Where do you think JT and Bijan should be drafted? JT is a top 3 running back. Bijan, top 7 running back. Higher ceiling, Watson or Judy? The ceiling's Watson, but I'd rather have Judy. The ceiling is Watson, though. Chances D-Hop signs with Dallas? I don't think that happens. I haven't done any mini mock drafts, auction mock drafts. But my strategy is to nominate players I don't want on my roster. It's a good strategy. Get people to spend money. Get people to spend money on hype players. Hype players. Miles Sanders. I did not like Miles Sanders this year. I think he's a good value. I just don't like him. All right, let's take a look at some of these setups, bro. Some of these setups look nice. We got, let's see if I can move this over a little bit. All right, I want y'all to listen. Which team do you think is the best here in this draft so far? There's a team with Lamar Jackson, Higgins, DK Metcalf, Odell Beckham, and Trevor Lawrence, and they still got $112 left. Sheesh. A lot of people's max bid is like $20. So Jay Clark and Surge have all the money. Holy shit. This is not how drafts play out. I got $51, so I'm chilling. But that's the team. Lamar Jackson, Higgins, Metcalf, Odell Beckham, and Lawrence. Then the next team has $19. A-Rich, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Andrews. Good setup. Pat Mahomes, Najee Harris, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, Alexander Mattison, and Kenneth Walker. So $5 left to spend on receivers for Team 8. Eckler, Bijan, CeeDee Lamb, and Dalvin Cook with $21 to spare. Not a good look. What's Waddle's value? Waddle went for $25 on this in this draft. The thing about auction is they go all over the place. So it depends on every single draft is different. I'll tell you that. Team 6 has $8 left. Nick Chubb, Travis Etienne, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Amari Cooper, Aaron Jones, and Miles Sanders. Not bad. Not bad. Jay Clark is about to load up here, bro. Like, what do you waiting a little too long on me, Jay Clark. I see you, but 142, that's a lot of bread to spend. Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Mr. Harris has $19 left with Jahmyr Gibbs, Ramondre Stevenson, Jamar Chase, and Tyreek Hill. There's going to be some value later in this draft. Thoughts on Jordan Love and the Packers this year? I think Jordan Love is going to be a little bit more hyped this year than he should be. Like I don't think he has the year everybody expects. Thoughts on Alexander Mattison? Back in RB2. Back in RB2 for me this year. High in RB3. This is the same guy that said an NFL running back tries too hard to get yards, and this is the same guy, D-Ref is the same guy that tries too hard in my comments to get my attention. Yes, I called him a try-hard for fantasy. It is what it is. There's a reason he got hurt towards the end of last year. There's a reason he ain't going to be the starter next year. It's all good, baby. It's all love. I got to put somebody on the clock, though. We doing this mock draft. Speaking of, it's my turn to put somebody on the clock. I'm putting Dameon Pierce on the clock, and y'all better not let me get him for $1. I don't want him. Appreciate you tapping in, dog. Who are your top 5 picks in fantasy? I got Jettas, Cooper Kupp, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, and Tyreek Hill. What platform are you conducting these mocks, and how can we participate in the future? I got you, Brody, on the YouTube page, Justin Henry Show. Subscribe. I'm going to try to do them every Friday. Every Friday will be Mock Draft Friday. I put the link in the comment section so you can join beforehand. Where can I join the mock draft? Yeah, you go to the YouTube. Well, you can't anymore, but on Fridays, I'll be doing mock drafts. You guys can go to the YouTube page. I have the thing up right now so you guys can take a look and see what's going on in the draft, but it's already started. Third overall pick, keeper and startup. Pick the best available who's out of those 3 I just mentioned. Jettas, CMC, Cooper Kupp. Mahomes or Burrow? I'm going Mahomes all day. It's not even close. Did AZ open his mouth again? Hell nah. He know better. He ain't talk. I ain't heard a peep out of AZ in a minute. It's for the better. I don't even want to talk about that dude no more. Dameon Pierce is a try. I mean, I don't want to say, but I mean, it is what it is. He went for $15 in our draft. Put it that way. $15. Alvin Kamara up right now. Appreciate y'all tapping the like button here on the live for me. Run it up. All right. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish the whole draft. I got like 10 minutes left, and then I got to get going. We're going to get through as much as we can, though. What's the highest you would draft Jahmyr Gibbs? The highest I would draft Jahmyr Gibbs probably like 4th, 5th round, just depending on how my team's setting up. There's probably somebody that's going to draft him a little bit higher, but that's about where I got Gibbs. Probably 4th, 5th round. I think he could finish higher than that, though. I'm not going to lie. All right, let's see who gets nominated next. My guy Jay Clark nominating Keenan Allen. You're going to have to pay for Keenan, bro. You're not going to get him for the low. Where do you have Jerry Jeudy? Back in wide receiver 2. in my rankings. Jerry Jeudy is wide receiver number 19 for me right now. Sorry, Brody. Jay Clark, sorry, Brody. You're going to have to pay. Keenan stays hurt. Doesn't matter. Keenan's elite. You can get elite. Oh, damn. You paid a lot. My bad. I didn't even see you do that. Go ahead. You can have him for 20, dog. You can have him for 20. I'll give him to you for 20. That's a good steal there. I think Keenan Allen's still a mid-tier wide receiver 2 at worst. Like, Keenan's pretty consistent. You can get him elite for a very low price. Him and Mike Evans. Like, Mike Evans is going as a wide receiver, back-end wide receiver 3 right now, which to me is crazy. Crazy. TJ Hawkinson on the block. Hey, word of caution if you guys are watching right now. He only went for $15. But word of caution when it comes to TJ Hawkinson, if you guys take a look at his game log, I've talked about this in previous streams and will continue to do so. Only 2 games over 16 fantasy points last year. It was concerning. He had 2 really big games that vaulted him into the top 3. So be careful with your TJ Hawkinson rankings. He's number 4 or 5 on my list, even as a secondary target for that team. And especially because they got Jordan Addison too. J.K. Dobbins. Kittle over Hawkinson easily. Tony top 20. No, you don't have to draft him at top 20. You could draft him a lot later than that. So yes, I like Kadarius Toney, but I would not draft him top 20. I would take him like high-end wide receiver 3 range, high-end wide receiver 4 range. So you'll get Toney. You can pay around early for Toney and get him. I wouldn't take him top 20. Where do you have Waller ranked? Number 6 tight end. Number 6 tight end. Why do my league mates keep trying to get Josh Jacobs for the cheap? Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to get him for the cheap, but I would sell in Dynasty. I would sell Josh Jacobs. I'm not big on Josh Jacobs being a long-term thing in Dynasty. Can end up 20. Yeah, Kadarius Toney can end up great value. Tyreek. Kadarius Toney could end up like Tyreek. I would say obviously less production, but top 20 is not out of the range of possibilities for Kadarius Toney. And I don't get why people are hating on Kadarius Toney. There's no proven thing that says Kadarius Toney, like there's no metric that says he's getting targets. He played this much last year. It's a brand new clean slate for Kadarius Toney, but we know the talent's there, first round talent. I would take a chance on that and trusting that Mahomes at some point has to transition on from Travis Kelce. Has to. You think Chubb over Jacobs? Yes, Chubb over Jacobs. Don't do that to me, Serge. He did the $1 thing on me. Let's see. I'm a contender. That's why I haven't traded Jacobs yet. That could be your last player. Get out the draft, my man. Don't sleep on Meikle with the Jets. I'm on the Jets now, so I'm sleeping on him. I'm sleeping on him. 90% of your picks were wrong. Yo, Gary, if you can show me 9 picks that I had wrong all season long, like 9 just terrible takes, show me 9. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I was pretty spot on last year, actually. Last year was a really good year for your boy. Normally I'm good, but last year, I would say, like, if I had to take a guess, I probably was like 70%, 75% of my takes were like pretty spot on. I had a couple misses. Najee Harris, I said he would go like RB1 candidate. Obviously, that didn't happen. I thought there was room for Kyle Pitts to break out. I was severely wrong about that. I called Pat Mahomes overtaking the top quarterback spot. I called Saquon Barkley bouncing out. I know y'all seen Christian Watson call that shit out. So I don't know about 90% of your picks were wrong, bro. Take a look. I'm vetted in this shit, bro. DJ Moore on the clock right now. Underdog had Chubb at 8.5 TDs this year. Bet that with no Hunt. I don't mind it. They're just gonna go a little bit more passing heavy this year, so be careful with that one. Careful with that one, fantasy dude. I did some underdog shit earlier today. You know what's free? There was a free play earlier. I'm gonna pull it up for you as the nominations are occurring. There was one I thought was free. Brees Hall at 6 touchdowns. I thought was free. That looked free to me. I'm like, bro, he had 5 touchdowns in 7 games last year. With Aaron Rodgers, the way he gets those, his running backs go for like multiple touchdowns in a single game. That seemed like it was free. You done with Pitts? Or you still taking him as a value? I think he's still a value. I got him as like my number 6 or 7. I can't remember. No, he's my number 5. Kyle Pitts is my number 5 to you. So I think he's due for a bounce back. James Cook or Charbonnet? Yeah, I'm gonna go James Cook on that 100%. 100%. Mahomes only got QB1 because Allen didn't get his last game. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Where we at? You're the reason I picked up Christian Watson on waivers last year? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you were loving that second half of the year. Justin Fields for $5. I'll take it. We got limited benches too, so I guess it's better to spend. But Justin Fields for $5, I'll take that in a super flex league. Bryce Young went for $1. Jalen Hurts went for 28. Herbert went for 19. It's looking good. There's some tough teams on here. If you guys have not seen the draft, head over to the YouTube page, Justin Henry Show. Take a look. The draft is about to finish up here in a little bit. I'm going to get off stream and let the draft finish up here in a couple minutes, but it's looking good. Mike Will going to be better or worse compared to last year? I think he's going to be better. I think Mike Will is a value this year. I ain't going to lie. Justin Dobbs for 19. It was a little heavy, but I wanted to secure that next running back because it was starting to fall off. The production was starting to fall off. So I think him compared to like Josh Jacobs for 41, I think Dobbs is a value there. Cam Akers up. Ranked top 5 TDs worth drafting. So tight ends. So here are my tight end rankings. Number 1, I got number 2, I got Kittle. Number 3, I got Dallas Goedert. Number 4, I got Mark Andrews. No, TJ Hawkinson. Number 5, I got Mark Andrews. Number 6, I got Kyle Pitts. Number 7, I got Darren Waller. That's my top 7 tight ends. Top 7 tight ends. Thoughts on Antonio Gibson? I'm not buying the hype. I'm not buying the hype. I ain't gonna lie. There's for whatever reason everybody thinks he's coming back to relevance this year. They said that last year. I'm not believing it. I don't believe it. Yeah, Jay Ham, my number 1 guy, back at it one more time. Hell yeah, you already know what it is. Is it that time of year already? Yes, it is. I've been live straight for 3 days now. The daily lives are starting back up. So if y'all unfollowed, hit that follow button again. I don't mind if you followed and want to follow again. It's all good. No love lost. All I want y'all to do is win your league. So, and if you haven't subbed to the YouTube, get over there. We're doing live drafts every Friday. So if you want to participate in the drafts, you have to be subbed to the YouTube channel. Head over there. Head over there. Commanders fan, Gibson never gonna hit the potential. Dude thinks, yeah, it sucks, man, because there's a lot of talent on that team, but there's not as much talent on that team. But like the receiver position, McLaurin and Dotson and shit, and Curtis Samuel. So not enough ball to go around, especially with Sam Howell at the helm. Miss y'all gods, we back, baby. Ain't nothing to miss. We here. Thoughts on Jameson Williams? It sucks that he had a six-game suspension, but when he comes back, I think he has massive potential, like weekly wide receiver 3 upside. Weekly. Who we got left? Oh, coming home, bro. I don't care if I got to max out my budget. Mike is coming home. Josh Jacobs, Dalton Schultz, and 210 for Saquon and Kittle. It's a win, baby. Go get Saquon and Kittle. There's other receivers, man. Just let me get Mike, Jay Clark. Let me get Mike. Kittle or Andrews, give me Kittle all day. Kittle all day. All day, Kittle. It's not close to me. Andrews is going to be like a 700-yard guy this year. When you got OBJ, you got Rashad Bateman, you got Zay Flowers in the first round. You got the run game back. Lamar's back. He doesn't really throw to Andrews like that. A lot of that 1,300 yard a year was Tyler Huntley with Andrews this year. Carrillo, what's good? You the GOAT, baby. My boy Carrillo back on the stream with me. Shout out to you, Brody. D-Hop or MT? Give me D-Hop all day. It's not close. MT is like we're praying that MT stays healthy, and we're praying that MT looks the same with Derek Carr as a number 2 now. So D-Hop, no matter where he goes. Good take. Appreciate you. I try to drop nothing, but at least, I might not hit all my takes. I'll say that, but I try to drop value where I can. So appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah. Do you think Jameson Williams would be a steal this year? I don't. Not a steal. Not a steal. I think he's accurately priced with the suspension. 6 games is half your fantasy season, regular season. So. All right, y'all. I don't mean to do this, but your boy got a dip. It's been fun. It's been real. We'll finish the stream. I'll still be on doing the guys finishing up. It's been real, though. I got to get off the stream. I'm going to get out, but I'll be back on Monday. Peace out. Y'all have a good weekend.